I was invited. They just took a chance on me. Johnny Ace was my main guy to kind of help facilitate the entire thing. I think he just liked me the way I was with him, and he just took a shot on a 20-year-old kid. I think he could probably tell I had a bit of passion and was hoping it would work out. So I got there, and I only had 11 months total there, and that includes the 3 months I had with the knee surgery that I had. And the biggest thing I took away from it is I was not ready to be there. I'm sure you've heard enough about what the system is and how stressful, and you really need to be a sharp knife to succeed in WWE, not only as a performer, but through the decisions you make while you're there. I was a young kid, never lived on my own before. Coming to Florida, my first contract, I'm a big time WWE wrestler. It was a bit too much for me to take in all at once. And then I got injured, and I think everybody there kind of realized, what, maybe we should let this guy go find himself and see what he can become, before we try to do anything else with him. Johnny Ace's last words to me were, you're a good kid. You seem to want this really bad, but you're real young. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and you'll be back. Just keep doing your thing. And I think I'm on the right track to kind of head back there and hopefully be in a really, polar opposite spot than I was when I was there before.
Now, I could be just me, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but it seems like to me, guys that are in FCW or in NXT that were not world traveled, let's just say they just were plucked and they were signed like you, like at a young age, feel like they never quite pan out if they stay in the system. It always works out better if the guy is kind of a world traveler like you. You go to Mexico, or you go to England for a while, or you spend some time in Europe. I always feel like the world traveler route makes you a better worker, or even a better, overall wrestler / sports entertainer. Are you kind of in agreement with that?
100%, I agree with that. But however, when I was in FCW, that still wasn't the norm either. I was there about 2 years before NXT began. They were still doing NXT, the reality show, or the competition parts. They still wanted more of the football players and the athletes that had experience outside of wrestling. So, I could have been experienced at that point, and I still think I might have had the same outcome. But now, luckily, the right people are making the right decisions, and the world experienced guys are getting the opportunity. It's really helping my cause, and like I said, I don't really want to come off too egotistical here, but my bread and butter has never been, being the flavor of the week indie. I've never traveled the world to go have the best matches and be, super indie wrestling champion. My job has always been to sell tickets and be, main event big time wrestling. And that's almost something that most of those guys never had the experience with. Not to take anything away from them, but, certain the Dean Ambroses, the Seth Rollins, they were on an independent level before they got to WWE, which is, why I'm a bit more confident that if I do have another opportunity, I think the sky could be the limit because it's something that what I have grown to learn and what I've become good at is, basically being a main event TV wrestler.
And that's kind of what it's all about. I mean, you want to be that main guy. You want to be the one that sells the tickets. You want to be that person that people, pay their hard-earned money to come see you in that arena. And I feel like when you do, this kind of world traveling thing and you kind of become a main eventer somewhere else, I feel like then you can become a main eventer here. It's almost like I got over here, I can definitely get over in WWE.
Exactly. And it's just like any walk of life. If you sell cars for Ford and Chevy and Toyota and Hyundai, and you have great sales numbers for your whole career, Rolls-Royce wants to hire you because you're the best. And that's what I'm looking at.